I think it's working now. Took me a minute to figure out how to keep the flashlight on the phone from coming on as I'm recording. I thought I'd try giving you a view of my commute. It's not very straight, but you know, maybe that's a little bit better. So here we go for day 4. Testing day. Woohoo! I probably have felt good about tests in the past. It's been a while since I've actually had one. I mean, when I did my college degree, it was all online, so there really wasn't tests like today, like, you know, driving into a school, or in the case of the old days, riding a bus into the school and having to take a test. So there was always the nerves of that. But I'm not feeling any nerves today. I'm just ready to go. So, the big question, why trucking? I have been driving for rideshare for 3.5 years. It is the job that I have held the longest at this point in my life. I'm 48 years old, and I have done lots of things. From graduating high school, I went into the Army. I was only able to do that for about a year and a month because of medical issues. And then I've just bounced around from different thing to different thing, trying to figure out what to do with myself. At first, I thought maybe one of my other passions growing up of movies was going to be something I could pursue. Not like being in front of the camera, but being behind the camera, doing production. And so I went to the Art Institute to pursue a degree in videography. And while I was doing that, I kept waiting for the moment when I'm like, this is what I would like to do for the rest of my life, or as a career. And I never reached that point. And I mean, I didn't finish. So then I bounced around, different job, you know, retail this, warehouse job that. The warehouse job, actually, I'll come back to that at some point, and that's a very relevant job in retrospect. But trying to figure out what to do, and then cooking has been one of the passions in my life, so I thought maybe I could try and do some jobs related to cooking. I've done those. And then I did one where, hey, you know, I'd like to do cooking, but I want to keep a 9-to-5 type of schedule because of this, you know, hobby of mine. And of course, the hobby I'm talking about is singing. It is barbershop, and that's a whole separate topic I'll get into much more detail. So I thought, you know, cooking, 9-to-5 type of, you know, schedule. There's not many cooking jobs that offer that kind of a schedule. But one is cooking in a school, in the kitchen. So I became a lunch lady. And yes, I know that might be a sexist look, you know, but you know, I'm an old school kind of guy. So forgive me if it offends anybody. I went to work at a school. I knew somebody, and it was actually a barbershop connection. Guy knew singing barbershop. His wife was a manager in a kitchen at an elementary school, so I connected with her, and she let me know, you know, a school that was looking for some help, or, you know, that helped me to get in, and I tried it, and I worked at it for a while. It was a tough job. Cooking is not an easy job. I don't care where you do it. Time management and moving quickly, and you know, it's not easy, especially when you're working for a government-run institution like a school where you feel like you're understaffed all the time, or just it's tough. So I tried that for a little bit, and as I had that job, I also got an extra job working in the after-school program at that school. So it was a way to work a couple extra hours in the afternoon and earn some extra money, and I knew pretty much all of these kids that I was working with. One thing I was very good at in the school, working in the lunchroom, is when I got to work on the register to check the kids out through the line, I started to get to know their names to where I could damn near spot any kid in the school and I would know their first and last name. It was cool. It was an impressive gift I had. And so I decided to work in the after-school program and work with all these kids that I'd seen all day, at lunchtime anyway. And I found that I was good at it, and I had a good time working with them in the afternoon. But it's mostly playtime, and then they tried to make it a little bit more structured. It was run by the YMCA after-school program, and so I enjoyed that, and then I had the thought, well, if I enjoy this and I seem to be good at it and I seem to have a rapport with the kids, why don't I try and become a teacher? Well, I looked at doing that, and that's where I went back to school online. National University's online program. National University based out of San Diego. And I live here in Georgia. So it was, did the online degree, took a while. I can't even remember how long it took at this point, a couple of years. And then I finally graduated. College degree, woohoo! Bachelor's degree in childhood education. I actually went and flew to San Diego to attend my graduation. I was glad I did that. I didn't have to, but I was glad I did that. It was held at Petco Park, and I'm not sure if that's still the name of it, but back then it was held at Petco Park, which is where the Padres played. And that was really a really fun day. God, it was hot though, sitting in those black graduation gowns and sitting in that sun. It was actually pretty cool the whole weekend, but so that was cool. Got to do that, and then not long after I graduated, I was doing substitute teaching most of the time, and so I had not earned a certificate yet, teaching certificate, because you have to do like in-person stuff to do that, and I was trying to work at the same time, so I wasn't able to make that happen yet, and so I still hadn't become a teacher because I was doing substitute teaching, and I hadn't earned my teaching certificate yet because it was an out-of-state college and I hadn't done the student teaching. So I was working on that, trying to do that, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, and as it threw the entire system into chaos, and it wasn't the school systems. I don't know what your opinions are on it, but it's not the best system in the world to begin with. And too late to make a long story short, but I came to the realization that teaching, not for me, because you got to really have a passion for it. You got to want to be in there and to help students to change their lives for the better, and to be okay with not getting paid a lot of money. And all of those things combined, I knew that it probably wasn't going to be for me. COVID definitely did not help things. And it helped me to realize I wanted to try something else. So I stumbled again, and then tried to find something, and I needed to make some money, so I tried rideshare. And I have been doing that for 3.5 years. I love driving. I like that the scenery changes all the time. I like that I'm my own boss. And even if I wind up driving for a company, I know that I'm still the one that's in control of the vehicle. Even if I'm not, necessarily in charge of my own schedule, I still, I'm the one in charge of the vehicle. I can stop if I have to, and if I feel something's not right, dangerous, whatever. And I like driving. And then the other flip side of it is the kid inside of all of us, that I have loved big trucks and big machines since I can remember. Obviously, a lot of kids do. And I love the opportunity to control and operate big trucks and heavy machinery. Don't have as much experience doing heavy machinery, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I haven't. I've thought about trying to pursue that as well, but I came into this first because I'd been driving. And I started to ask myself, I like driving. I'm good at it. I've been doing it for 3.5 years. How can I make more money at it? Well, I started to Google driving jobs. What's out there? What can I make more money at doing a driving job? And all of the returns, not all of the returns, but most of them, CDL. And I was kind of thinking, well, that's probably what it's going to be, and maybe there's something else out there, but I'd look. But no, CDL. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to do that, then I've got to take my hobby out of the equation. I've never considered this kind of a career that has this kind of schedule as a possibility for the last 25 years. I've been doing barbershop since 1998. And all of that time, I have stated to myself, I've never really stated it out loud, but I've always said to myself, I'll keep doing this until I die. Well, I'm not dead yet, and I'm not stopping singing. It's always going to be a part of my life. And I'll do as much as I can. But I'm not putting it ahead of a career choice. I'm going to stop picking jobs that allow me to keep doing my hobby. I've never had the educational path and career path of the 9-to-5 office job that would allow me to just do my hobby as I please. And then lately, I've also come to the realization that I'm not sure that would be a good fit for me anyway. I'm not sure that the monotony of an office job would suit me. Like I said, one of the aspects I love about driving is that it changes all the time. You never know from one day to the next where you're going to go. I like that. It's the new and the unexplored and the unknown future that are appealing. And you get to drive a big damn truck. So that's why trucking. And because I decided to make the choice, I have become excited, so excited about it. I know it may not look like it on my face, even though you can't see my face right now, because I'm still trying to wake up. Coffee. So yeah, that's why trucking, and I wanted to document it for who knows why. Who knows? But I decided to do it because I already had a channel that I created for another job one time. So I just changed the name, tried to pick something that spoke to who I am. And I thank you for joining me on my journey. We'll do a recap later of the day. for an update later, tell you how the testing went. And hope you all have a good day. Let's do it.